What's up YouTube, Fortune here, and I'm going to show you my Inzektor deck profile that you guys have been asking for. I ran it today at Locals and I went undefeated, including I beat Windups, Samurai, Inzektor, and a weird Lightsworn Dragon deck that ran Eclipse Wyvern and such. It was actually pretty good. He swarmed the field and I just was able to come back. But I lost in the top 8 in the quarterfinals, basically top 8. Oh, my camera's in. He was running Piper Chaos and he had the nuts and he beat me games 1 and 2 by basically dropping a BLS on me. So, but I'm not gonna get hard into it because it happens, whatever, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, here we go. The Inzektors. 2 Hopper, 3's Overkill. You mostly have him in there for the ability to search out your Hornet. So if you open Centipede and Hopper, you can at least summon Centipede. Well, not open, but if you happen to have Centipede on the field and you equip Hopper, then you send the Hopper, you can attack directly and you can search out your Hornet for future plays and such. Or Dragonfly, or Mantis, or whatever. Any of those. So, I wouldn't run 3, because 3's Overkill. 2 works really well for me, and it's also another thing I can special summon from the deck when I'm doing the Dragonfly Caliber combo, so. 3 Centipede. Staple in Inzektors, obviously. 1 Mantis. Some builds, you could say you could run 2. I personally think in the Zektkaliber build, you definitely don't need 2. 1 is more than enough in my opinion, so I would suggest only running 1. 3 Dragonfly, obvious staple. 3 Hornet, staple. So I run, what, 12? Yeah, I run 12 Inzektors. My hand traps are 2 Maxx. I go between these and Effect Veiler, back and forth. It really depends on the meta that you play with and if you even own Maxx. Effect Veiler will work just fine. These were good for me, but I opened it against Samurai and I opened it against Windups. So it helps, but Effect Veiler would probably do just as well. Spear Reaper. Really good against Rabbit and punishes players really bad that choose not to commit to the field, because if you commit to the field, Inzektors can go off and pop your stuff. So if you don't commit to the field and you just really leave a blank or only have one thing, you're fine, because then they have to start popping their own stuff. And because of that, I punish people with this, because I'll summon Spear Reaper and just keep poking directly and taking cards out of their hands, so making them have to commit to the field to get rid of it, and then I just go off next turn and destroy a bunch of the stuff. So I definitely would suggest running 1. Maybe even 2. You never know. Dark Dragon. Useless. This card is, honestly, would have been dropped from my deck already. I actually had it out and put it back in because I forgot I had to do a deck profile, so. This card didn't do anything for me today. It only had 1 point during the entire day where I could have dropped it, and he had the Veiler, and I knew he had the Veiler because he just searched it with Sangan, because I ran my Sangan into his. So it was my only out, but at the same time, since he grabbed Veiler, it became completely garbage. So this is coming out. You don't need the destruction effect, and the attack power isn't really needed in the Zektkaliber build because I can make 3,200 guys like it's nothing. So I would suggest not using this guy at all, but it's personal opinion. Obvious 3 Tour Guide Sangan. Most Zektkaliber builds you'll see don't run the Tour Guide Sangan. I'm one of those people that's adamant in saying that if you own Tour Guides, use them, especially since I own foreign ones, you can see, so I'm definitely going to use them. The ability to the easy access to Leviair, Leviathan, Zemaines, Golem, and Brilliant is just, it's too good not to, and the ability to grab Sangan from your deck and then leave it there if you have to, and then it helps you grab your Dragonfly or your Hornet or another Tour Guide, or the Reaper, or your Sided Crows, whatever. So I would say if you have them, run them. If you don't, run Tomatoes, adapt, you know. Look at the European guy that didn't run them at all, but ran the Hoppers at Caliber build. His build was actually really good. So I run 20 monsters, 14 spells, and 7 traps. MVP. This card is amazing. The amount of pluses, it's not even the fact that it's its effect that's amazing. Like, its effect is good. but it's not the fact that it's the fact that you can equip this and Hornet to a Dragonfly. Hornet can pop this, you get 2 special summons, and you add the Hornet back to your hand. So you've gone up by +3 by just playing 2 cards, or 3 cards. So I would, from this point on, honestly, until at least until the next set comes out, I'm 100% sure going to be running these in my deck. I'm not even going to attempt to test without them anymore. So I would definitely suggest running these because this is by far the superior build. By far. Staples, Heavy Storm, 3 MSTs are obvious staple in Inzektors. I know some builds only run 2 MSTs and they're just wrong. Because MST is good to get rid of Fiendish Chains, to get rid of the Warning, Shadow Mirrors, Chain Disappearances, whatever. But at the same time, you can also, this is one of the few decks that you can actually use MST on yourself to benefit. Because you can send your own Giga-Mantis to the grave. You can set off your own Dragonfly effect. You can set off your own Centipede effect if you're forced to equip a Centipede or a Hopper or something like that without having to use the actual Hopper effect. So I would definitely say run 3. Book of Moon. What can I say about Book of Moon except that it's awesome? That's yeah, I'm gonna just stop there. It's awesome. It's an amazing card. It counters all the Exceed heavy decks right now, so Foolish Burial. This card is on and off for me right now. It's like when I draw it, if I draw it early enough, it's really good because it gets the Hornet to the grave or helps me get my second Hornet to the grave so that if they have the Crow, I'm not worried too much about it. But at the same time, if you draw it after your Zektkaliber combo, it's useless because usually by that point you already had access to the 3 Hornets in some way, either on the field, hand, or grave. So I may go in and out for this. I play a friend of mine who Destiny Heroic who was also running Inzektors today. He won the tournament, and he said he constantly was siding this out for other stuff. So I may leave it in and just side it all the time, or I may just not main it at all and test it without it. So because I want to test an Avarice as well, because Avarice is really good. A lot of Inzektor players have been using Avarice that aren't using Zektkaliber build, which I can never understand. But if I'm not running Dad, I don't run BLS main decked, so I don't need to rely on the grave. And Zektkaliber fills up my grave real fast, and if they have any way to survive the combo, I'm actually out of monsters almost. So, you run so many darks. Why wouldn't you run Allure of Darkness? There's like 18 darks or something in this deck, or yeah, I think it's like 18 darks. Actually, it is 18 darks. So yeah, it's an obvious card to run. And with Torguide, I can go into Levier easy and get back to Thin Ice Scent. So, Dark Hole. In my opinion, it's a staple, but I know some Inzektor decks don't use it. They side it because you've got lots of destruction effects in this. I find it more as a, okay, I can clear the field and then go off on you, get rid of whatever may be bothering me. So, I may put in the side deck once the next set comes out, because then you're starting to run Insect Imitations and the new guys, Gruff and everything, or Grull. I can't remember what his exact name is. So. Staple. This card is amazing. There's so many decks out there now that are running level 3, so you can just, like, all day today I was going Mind Control, take their Sangan, summon my level 3 guy and Exceed, usually my Hornet and Exceed, making them lose their Sangan effect, and netting me Zemaines, a Leviathan, whatever. So, main deck, 100% sure on that. And 1 Duality. This falls in the same category as Foolish Burial. In a sense, I may drop it and test out the Avarice without this. Me and Destiny Heroic both ran only 1, and we both thought it was mediocre for us today. Because a lot of the time you draw it and you either have Torguide in your hand or you have the Caliber combo and you don't really want to play it. But at the same time, it's good for when you side in, because it gets you a little extra boost to try and get your side deck cards. So if you feel the free, it's personal preference really, so test it if you think it's going to be, if you like it or not. And, okay, traps. So we got the Solemn family, obvious in my opinion. Warnings are a staple, and Judgment. Some Inzektor decks apparently don't run Judgment, and I think they're crazy, because Judgment is like, okay, I just cleared your field with Inzektors, I'm going to set Judgment, anything you top deck I'm going to say no to, so. 2 Fiendish Chain. I would like to run 3, but I couldn't fit 3 without dropping the Vanity's Emptiness, which I was teching today to try out. And I was siding the 3rd one. I sided in a lot, I may go back up to 3, but it's also a really dead card against Rabbit, so it really depends on your meta. There's only one guy that actually would have Rabbits at our tournament, so like I said, it's hard to say right now. There's soon going to be another guy, so, but until then, it's like, I don't know yet. The card is actually really good, but at the same time, it's like, what can you do? So it's really personal preference. You may not even own Fiendish Chains because of how high a price they are right now, so if you don't fret. There's other stuff you can always use. So, and like I said, I don't run Veiler, so I needed something in the deck. One Torrential, staple. I don't really need to explain that. And one Vanity's Emptiness. I only saw this card once today, and it basically won me the game. I played against a wind-up player, and I had this up on the field. I had a Leviathan with one thing left on it. I had a dead Fiendish Chain that was just sitting there. And I had a Centipede equipped with a Hornet. And I just, instead of sending the Hornet to the grave, I was actually just beating him down with the monsters. So I think this is a good card. And I'm probably going to continue to keep it in there. If not, then I'm definitely siding one or two of them. So that's the deck. I'll show you the extra deck quickly. I don't really need to explain. I don't side Cyber Dragons, but at the same time, it's mostly there for if they happen to play a Cyber Dragon along with some other machine. Synchros were there just as fillers. Stardust, Black Rose, Brionac, and Catastor. And because they're foreign, except for the Black Rose, like I just, maybe for the odd chance that you Monster Born want something of theirs, but that's besides the point. One Acid Golem. More than one is overkill, big time. I only ever bring this out when I need to kill something that's higher than 25, like a Shiam, which I did in both games today that I played Samurai, or if I'm going for a direct attack. Don't bring it out any other time usually. One Zemaines for when you're on the defense or you need to deal with a problem card. Two Leviathan. These guys came out, both of them actually probably came out almost every game. You definitely need 2, if not 3 in your extra deck, because it's so easy and it's an easy 2500 beater. Giga-Brilliant, good for the Zektkaliber combo, because you just go, it lets you bring it out and pump up all the guys that may be on the field by 3, which can be quite significant at times, so, and it's a light if you're running BLS. 2 Levier. It's good to have 2 in here because you have the room for it, for one thing, and 2, it's good for if they side in Chain D, or they're maining Chain D, DD Crow, etc., because it lets you get your stuff back from out of play, so I definitely recommend having 2 in there. 1 Roach. I do run Hoppers, and some of them do side Thunder Kings. I didn't side Thunder King, but some of them do, because I thought somebody was going to be using Thunder King, so when I made the side deck I didn't include them. You've got the room, so you might as well put it in, right? There's no harm in it. And Utopia and Utopia Ray. Utopia, like I said, just because you have the room. Utopia Ray is good because you go mind control their Utopia and then you overlay it and they don't get theirs back. So definitely put it in, because unlike most other extra decks, you actually have lots of room in this one. And I'll just quickly zoom through my side deck. I won't explain a lot. Fiendish Chain, because I only ran 2. 2 Light Mirrors. There's a lot of Light Sworn that suddenly appeared at our locals. 2 Gozen. Chose these over Rivalry. Not sure if it was a good idea anymore. Decree and Trapstun. Would be 2 Decrees. I didn't own 2. Trapstun works just as well, almost, so you could use either or. And Decree won't really hurt you because you can pop your own Decree when you need to. Smashings for the Rabbit. 2 Snowman Eaters are for the Rabbit deck. Wind-ups. Anything that just would attack a lot, so I didn't side them in. Rabbit and wind-ups, mostly wind-ups because there's a bunch of wind-up at our locals. Just another stall attack, and it makes them a lot harder to get around it. 2 Raikou for when they side in Shadow Mirrors and whatnot, Chain Disappearances, etc., and problem cards. I would definitely side these no matter what you do. And 2 Veiler. I don't main them, they have to be sided, they deserve a spot in their side deck, so I figure why not. Okay, so I'm going to show you the Zektkaliber combo quickly. This happens almost every game. It's, as long as they don't interfere in it too much, it happens a lot. Like, it's really, really easy to pull off. So basically all you need to pull it off is this in your opening hand, which you run 3 of each, so it's really easy to do. You would go, I'm going to see if I can get this all on camera. Summon Dragonfly, right? Equip Hornet. If they don't have the Veiler, you just go continue with your play. Equip Zektkaliber. You go send Hornet to the grave to pop Zektkaliber, right? Dragonfly kicks in. You get 2 special summons. So you would go and special summon 2 Centipede. Alright? Then you would go, you equip, let's say Centipede A, Centipede B, or 1 and 2. You equip Centipede 1 with Hornet, and you send it to the grave to kill the Dragonfly. And then Centipede's effect kicks off, and you grab Giga-Mantis. So, and then you would go equip Giga-Mantis to the first Centipede, and then yeah, you equip Giga-Mantis to the first Centipede, and then you use the Centipede effect number 2 and equip Hornet, right? Then you use send Hornet to the grave to destroy the Mantis. You search 2 Zektkalibers from your deck, add them to your hand, and then with Giga-Mantis effect, you special summon Dragonfly, right? And then you would go equip Zektkaliber to Dragonfly, use its effect, equip a Hornet from the grave to the Dragonfly. You pop the Hornet to pop the Zektkaliber. You get 2 special summons, so you would special summon your 3rd Centipede, right? And you special summon, let me see, I'm running out of room, a Hopper. And then with the Zektkaliber effect, you would get the Giga-Mantis back to your hand. So let's say now your hand would consist of those 2. And then you would go XYZ summon using both Centipedes that are already used. So I think it's those 2. Well, we'll just say whatever. So you would XYZ summon with those 2 and do a Leviathan Dragon. Let's grab the Leviathan here. This is the OTK, just to let people know. Now you equip the last sword to the Dragonfly that you just brought back. And then you use this Centipede's effect to equip Hornet. Okay, you send Hornet to the grave to destroy Zektkaliber. And then you would go and special summon your 2nd Hopper. And add Dragonfly to your hand. So now your hand is Giga-Mantis and Dragonfly. And with the Zektkaliber's effect, you grab a Centipede that you would send with the Leviathan. Sorry, I've completely skipped that step. So that would be in the grave, so you get that back with Zektkaliber. So your hand now would be this. So basically this is your field right now, which is a total of 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 65, 69, 79. That's 8,500 attack right there. And this is your hand at this time. So you've got that to work with, that to work with. And you can always, if you have to attack over something and do more damage, you can equip the Mantis to Dragonfly. So that was the OTK. I'm already at 19 minutes, so I'm going to stop it here. Let me know what you guys think of the combo. It's really easy to pull off. You pull it off almost every game. Me and Destiny Rogue both were pulling it off crazy. Now, I screwed it up a bunch because I was tired and just doing wrong things, but yeah. It's absurd. And the only reason why I lost in the top 8 was because I would do this combo and he had a Battle Fader both times. So I ran out of monsters for the most part. I didn't have a lot left in my deck. I had a Dragonfly and Hornets left in my deck, and that was it. So, yeah. So, and you can also make a rank 4 if you have to, and another 3 if you really wanted to. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like the video, and I'll post the deck list in the comments below. I'm out.